It is my pleasure to introduce an eminent individual who has dedicated over 23 years to the underprivileged sector in India. Dr. Gayatri Vasudevan, a distinguished scholar with a doctorate in development studies, has made significant strides in gender issues and rural development. She began her career working at the grassroots level in rural India, collaborating with international organizations such as UNDP, UNICEF, NORAD, and the World Bank on vital development initiatives. In 1999, Dr. Vasudevan joined the International Labour Organization, focusing on addressing labor issues in poverty-stricken nations. Her commitment to social impact led her to co-found the Sambhav Foundation in 2006. This foundation aims to empower individuals in the informal sector through programs in education, employability, and entrepreneurship. To date, her work has positively impacted the lives of over 500,000 people in India. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Dr. Gayatri Vasudevan.
So as you were reading out, I realized that the change in identity has gone to my organization. I think many people probably know the mistakes I've made along with LabourNet. So I stand culprit on the organization which also I co-founded, which is LabourNet and Sambhav. Thank you so much for inviting me here. And I was actually thinking to myself, what is the issue that I could talk about? And I'll go back to what I know best and where I have had maximum problems. So I will share with you some of the complexities that are there around behavioral issues. And I will do it in the context of education, employment, and skilling. The continuum would be education, skilling, and employment in my case. So I will stay with that. So let me start with employment. This is the most debated topic, and we're coming after practically a month when, it has sealed the fate for many on whether we have employment or not employment, right? What is the issue with employment? Jobs are there and people are not. People are there and jobs are not. That's actually the simple thing. So, now let me just explain this a little better, right? When I sort of started working around the early 1990s, all of us pushed for education. I mean, I myself started my career in adult literacy. Titan factory, when it was being set up, it was an all-woman factory, went SHG to SHG. I was an intern then. All our conversations was around literacy, formality. I think that was the conversation we were pushing. Then it was about education. That is, the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan happened. Before Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan in the current form, there was a lot of movement around formalizing education, 1 kilometer schools, 5 kilometer middle school, primary school at what distance, higher education, that is your what you call composite schools today, right? What distance should it be there? So a lot of it was around education. And why was it there? I mean, going back to history, it was people like me who generationally were educated, right? Like they became babus. So my ancestors were all babus. They got their credibility from being babus. What did babu mean? It meant education. So everybody thought, okay, let's give education, life will get solved. We already were in a social structure where education was problematic, where caste and class played a dividend, but we didn't recognize it. And I just want to spend a minute on a story I want to tell you. So I was traveling from what is today Puducherry to Chennai. So there was a driver, who was driving the car, and we were talking. So I don't know how many of you understand Tamil, but I'm going to switch between Tamil and English. He had a very interesting thought process. I know this is being recorded, but I'm still going to go ahead and say it. But it was a very interesting one. He said, do you know, I'm very proud to be a Tamilian. So I asked him, what is the reason? He says, look, in the 1950s, 60s, it was our people who really set the country into this. I said, do you really think so? He was very confident. He said, Yes, Amma, and all our people were the people in Delhi. That is why the country has really progressed. It is only Tamilians who are intelligent. So I said, okay, that sounds, if you feel very proud to be a Tamil, it's good to be there. So he asked me then, in his mind, anybody who was wearing a sari was official. In some form or the other, you belong to that official dam. So he, and I'm using it very consciously as dam, but in his mind, it was that. The second thing he said is, he said, even today, you look at all our things. Our people, I'm not going to name now the person as it's being recorded, but I guess you will all read into it. He says, who is the person who has gone into jail maximum for what money? He said, it's 13,000 crores is our people. He said, look at those Hindi speaking people. They are at 400 crores. What a shame. That means if you have to do it right, do it big. Don't do it small. That was his idea. Then we went on to have communication around what do you think is useful from an employment perspective. Then we moved to, from general politics, which is what happens with most of us when we're talking to drivers, is India is a very politically aware state. We move away from our personal. So he said, engineering, I've made my son study engineering. What will he do? Sound engineering. I said, oh, very impressive. Why sound engineering? He says, again, he came back to the point saying, which is the state which makes maximum money in media? He said it is Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. I never knew this. He said most videographers in film industry who they are, whatever they call the shooting, are from Karnataka. Says most sound is coming from Tamil Nadu. Most people who are in animation are coming. This was almost 7 years back. Now I guess Kerala would get added to it. Came from there. So these are decision-making points. And the reason now I'm coming back to the issue of behavior is a lot of it is said behavior. Right? We behave according to what we learn. And why I made the statement between employment and this is because a lot of things decide how human beings behave. I think Arumar started with the issue of sludge. Now let me explain just behavior to you. How easy do you think using toilets are? Which is the single factor of whether you're going to be considered an entry-level job or not. Is your appearance and your use of toilets. It's a very strange thing to do. But in our centers, we run about 100 centers in Sambhav. And on the other hand, in LabourNet, we actually do flexi staffing, gig staffing, managed staffing. The relationship between these two is very interesting. And I'll sort of again go through the continuum and come back to my taxi driver. I have a reason to live with this man at every point of time. So let me come back there in a minute. When you interview a person who is coming as a welder or a fitter or as a salesperson, what is the most important thing that you do? There is a role called chat executive, which is in large BPOs, they function. How do they transition to be that? So in the 1990s, it was mostly educated women. And that was a time where they were in the marriageable market. So that means anybody who wanted to get married to a nice Indian who is settled abroad actually went into the BP. So you had a lot of women going in there. Today that has come down. It is actually people who are from quote unquote lower class, lower education who are going into that, because your salary ranges are between 15,000 to 25,000, 30,000. At best, if you're a line supervisor, it will be at 40. So the dip in salary has also meant who's going in there. What is the criteria for selection? How you look? How you look? English is what they call chat executive. If it is voice, it's called international, by the way, if it's English. Otherwise, you have a lot of local. So you have people who call you in Hindi, languages which do, so they have a lot of local. So English is only one of them. So which is the more elite, but we have a lot of local chat executive. We have also which is non-voice, which means all the texts that you're seeing through bots and where Gen AI is coming in. So you see a lot of these. A lot of the issues that these companies are facing out there are related to toilet issues. Hygiene, how do you behave? What do you behave? Are you considered to be good enough to be white collar? So this is, and again, you just reflect on your journeys in airports. You will find this is a big issue. Especially, I'm of course more familiar with the women's toilet, but I see it all the time. How I will get treated versus somebody who is wearing, I'm just again typecasting, a Marwadi woman or somebody who is considered local, is actually the use of toilet is very complex. Now let me move to our centers. Every skill training center, every ITI, every government college, all of you would be familiar with, right? Most of you must have visited. Can you say how many of us want to use the toilet there? Comfortable. Just show of hands. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. Because one of the problems is what is considered as clean? Water. Availability of water, non-availability of water. Where do you, and again I'm being gross here, but these are very important elements we have struggled with teaching. In our own centers, we have moved from saying it's not a housekeeping staff problem, but it is a taught behavior. So what kinds of communication should we use for the taught behavior to change, right? Because I'm doing something at home, I come here, I have to behave differently. It's not easy. So I think the larger problem is, and to date we struggle with it. We struggle with how do you communicate. So we looked at boards in the toilet. They're not easy. They look like cartoons. They don't look like something you relate to. We looked at our study material as part of soft skills. Should we bring it in? What should we bring it in, and how should you have reinforcements around it? Because it is a housekeeper problem, or is it a center manager's problem, or is it a trainer's problem, or the candidate's problem? This has direct relationship to what jobs they will take. Very direct relationships. So our training centers, which are construction training centers, need very different communication from our beauty training centers to our CRM chat communications. The entire communication changes depending on the trade. You would say people are the same. Why should it change? But it does. For example, in beauty, it's a necessity. It's part of a trade. That means every beautician, as part of trade, needs more hours on sanitation and hygiene. Whereas for chat executives, it may be an imperative for you to go if you're going to an office job. For an electrician or a mason or a plumber, it's not an imperative. For a welder, if they're going into a big factory, it isn't. So it is actually very complex. Now I'm going to move back, and hopefully the mail has come through, and I'll sort of show you some pictures. But I'll move back to schools. So we decided a few years back to start focusing on public education wherever we had candidates who are coming into LabourNet as workers, or where they come into Sambhav as part of our cluster. So public education, public health and environment, we said there's a geography we will pick up as a cluster and take it. So last year we constructed about, I think, 500 toilets. This year we are doing about 1,500. Government schools, toilets. Simple thing. All kinds of issues. When we brought it back to children, and I want to show you some of these things, is when we took a design, we felt the design is not understandable by children. They're just not able to understand. Principals are saying, Sarkara kottide. We're doing it in Karnataka. Sarkara has a model which is there. Nobody is able to understand that model. What is the space for boys between urinals, And very recently, we are now doing this as a process. Boys have come back and said, if we want to go to the toilet, where will we go? We can only pee. We don't have actually place. So where will we go? Should we go to girls' toilet or should we not? Because all our perception, and maybe because we are new, that means there are many players like us who are given mandates by philanthropic money or by state, or a vendor is asked to do it, would not even think about it as an issue. Now the same child, when you ask saying, give me what is your, let me see if it's there and then I'll. So while he puts it up, I think the issue has been a lot on what kinds of, so children are doing colorful models, right? We ask them to use paste, we ask them to use thermocol. We said you have to collect it as waste and you have to construct. And this now we have to relate it back to our designs because there's a said model which is given. How do you do it? Where should window be? Do they want a window at all or not? They don't want RCC roof. But for us, RCC roof looks like a good one. There are very minor issues where there are problematic issues. Now comes again use. So now in the same schools we do menstruation training, which means we give quote unquote free pads. So where will that be disposed? Where will cloth be disposed if it isn't a free pad? Are we all moving to non-sanitary napkin to some other things? Is it acceptable? So I think the whole thing is it's a complex one. And why I say this is, learner absenteeism and earner absenteeism is maximum because of health reasons. Maximum. All our centers. I'm again saying we have about 100 centers. We have tried being, autocratic, audit framework, whatever you do, your center attendance is not moving beyond 50 to 60% average. So our good trades are going to 80%. We all feel very nice. We feel happy. We say, oh, we've done it. But the problem really lies in a lot of behavior around hygiene determines there are a whole lot of other issues on skilling, on education. I'll come back to that in a minute. But a lot of it is fundamental, basic at what is considered to be good and bad. The definition of why I stand here is you consider good. The Janampatri he read out, actually, I proclaim myself as good, right? I say it repeatedly to myself. I've given it to him, he reads it, another 10 people will read it. Vijay feels happy, he says, why more? So you get reinforced multiple times. I also think I'm good. So I behave good. Now suppose you keep saying, listen, this guy is bad, this guy is not a pass out, this guy doesn't know how to do it. It reinforces. So where I'm coming from, the difference between the I and the you is actually, in my mind, very simple, is reinforced behavior on a consistent basis. But for every human being, ego is a reality, right? Whether I'm sitting here or here determines how long I'm going to spend in this room. And at one point, somebody is here, somebody is here. It's the difference between a footpath and a road is the way I think to myself. But I actually, in learner behavior and earner behavior, it matters a lot. Today, we all are saying education system is divorced from employment system. Industry and things. According to me, it's not even so much about content. It is about the transaction of the content and the supportive environments. So if I look at it, everybody adds, blindly adds. In skill training, we are famous, we do 10 hours digital, 10 hours soft skill, 10 hours entrepreneurial, 200 hours content, tuck, 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 tuck. Now just imagine, I have no background. I come with 10 hours digital, 10 hours soft skill, 10 hours. What will we learn? I'm just going to ask you the question. So any of you, just try and just work with me and bear with me. Just think, what can you teach in 10 hours? Let's just spend time on digital, soft skill, entrepreneurial, financial also nowadays is coming. Now people are saying please put other elements. There are lots of other elements which you feel entry level people require. So let's just understand. If it is 10 hours, what can you teach? How will you teach? And what is your reinforcements that you have in other parts of life which make it happen? India is supposed to be a mobile capital. Screen time is maximum in India, we're saying. Do you know what most of our young people are doing? Reels. Entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. So they're doing a lot of it, but learning is not happening. So when we want to teach, one of the things we're experimenting is with reels. Many people believe that reel is reality today. So when we're looking at, when you're looking at behavioral change, we're trying to see, can we actually use that as a medium? And how do we do? Of course, we'll fall into copyright issues, but those are very big problems that we have. Yeah, usual one. So I'm just saying it's a very important one. So this is the toilet. So I just want you to spend some time on this. So just look at the inauguration of the toilet, which we did last year. Just look at the outside. I consciously got the picture of the outside there, okay? And my team feels very, very delicate. They don't, which is why it got delayed also, because they want to show this part. You understand? You please look outside. You look at the basin. Is this basin ever likely to be clean? Ever. And this is something, you know, we're the culprits. We've done this, so I can tell you. So what we did is, if you can go to the other picture. So you saw the other one that is there. This is a housing for construction workers. This is a housing. So this, I was just explaining to you yesterday, this was our second housing project we did for construction workers, where we put 25 beds and said, how does the bed work? The first one we did at COVID time, where we did a barter system with the government of Karnataka and said, you give us food kits, we will use that money to do 100 worker construction camp. If you can just go to the next, I'll come back to this in a minute. I'll explain the difference. This is the first one, which to me is my IT Stevens, one, where if you look at it, it is actually beautiful. You've got IKEA furniture inside. I was so proud of it. I can bet on it. All of you will say you can use the toilet here. This is 3.5 years old. It looks exactly the same. How is it that the same masons are able to use this and keep it clean? Sorry? Absolutely. How do they maintain it clean? Come.
They maintain it cleanly by using workers, and even workers they keep it clean. They have and everybody if we keep something clean and it's in place, that same maintenance would come to another person, and the same thing continues.
Now we're going to help cleans, okay? So now let's just look at this for a minute, right? Why is it clean? You know construction workers are who? Why don't you tell everybody who are construction workers?
Construction workers are someone who build like buildings and houses.
Think who constructs? Mason?
Number they like taps and
Electrician?
wires.
Okay. Painter?
With painting like brush.
You know, Mason is very important. Mason is like you eat rice or
Both.
but don't give you rice or roti? Only vegetable?
I won't feel like things.
You don't have Mason Wall is not there, how will they do?
There is no way to live there.
So if you have plumber, electrician, painter, without anybody making a wall, there's no building. Correct? Now, how old are you? 11. Thank you so much. Now, look how interesting what she's saying is. If I give somebody a clean environment, I will live in that clean environment. If I give a dirty environment, this is true for everybody. This is just human. But I want to pick up another one. In our schools, job roles are not known. That means as an 11-year-old, this child and this child's school that I showed, those children will not know the job role, but they are expected to be masons. But where's your father? Would you allow her to be a plumber or a mason? No. That is part of the problem. And you know, I have the same problem. Aroma knows this story. My son is dyslexic. So now he's very successful. I'm happy. My definition of success. But at that time, I was very worried, what is he going to do? And my biggest fear was he'll be vocational. My biggest fear was that. I've shared it multiple times. But today, when he went to Purdue, he's come back working in one of these, I guess I should not harm his career, but very capitalistic delivery kind of companies. I feel very proud, right? But for the other children, I have a problem. So that is aspiration. I'll come back again to it. But I want to stay with this. Is there a photo of the inside of the room? No, there isn't. I wanted to show you the inside of the room, maybe at some other point. So we looked at every single thing, okay? We looked at the shoes which are there. If you could go to Facebook in Sambhav Facebook, I want to show you because I wanted to see what behavioral nudges cause changes. I just want to spend time. Go to Sambhav website. And in Facebook, if you look somewhere along the way, you'll find it. But where I'm coming from is, we looked at saying, where should shoes be there? Because boots of construction workers are always dirty, right? Will a mirror work? Should a cupboard be given or not? Whereas in the second one, which I'll go back to in a minute, we actually cut several of these because these were increasing costs. Your norms of WHO, Karnataka government, BOCW, actually is this. But your money that you have to spend on this is about 500 rupees more. So when most developers come, when we have to sell it, it's a money issue. Does this go to consumer or does it go to the builder or the contractor? Or whom? The worker is of the last mile contractor. That means who is supposed to bear this? So when you have the, what are they called? I think PNCs, the project management consultants who actually do the scoping, this is a very, very important one to say at the last mile contractor, who is the one who has to provide housing? How do we do this? If we want, I go back to my education now, right? That means in every construction which I have to do, how will it happen? That means children have to be involved when their toilets, their buildings are constructed. Even in affluent schools, we don't involve them in the, I remember going to the quota of the past, which was DPS RK Puram, where, all through my school, my parents paid for the swimming pool. I never saw the swimming pool through the lifetime of my education. And later I saw the swimming pool and, now after we are having a 35th year reunion or whatever, we are talking about it. But we were not involved in the design. We are expecting our children to actually look at several things. You'll have to go to Sambhav Foundation video. So if you look at the insides, so we actually look to see what does it require for a person to feel respectable. Do you know what the wages of a person in a construction site are? The mason who I spoke to. What would be the wages per month?
20,000.
20 to 30,000. They are the people who stay here. So if you look at the insides of this, we actually don't plan our worker housing. Industrial estates, logistics hubs, all require us to plan it if we want our urban scenario to look different, right? So we looked at several things. In a construction site, in an industrial hub, food is very important. So we looked at it. If you go back a little bit, if you, because this is solar, because when you do a construction site, electricity isn't there. But just stay here. We found most of them have toothbrush and comb. There's actually no place to keep toothbrush and comb. And that's the thing they dislike most. Because they come back at lunch, they wash up. They wash up, right? They want to comb their hair. We asked for people's perception of what they felt was most essential. They wanted a shelf where they could put it. They wanted an open hook where they can put shirts. They wanted a cupboard where they can keep their valuables. And you know what are valuables? Phone. Phone is the most valuable. Money, they are all using digital money today. Phone is the most valuable. If you go, continue. We looked at the colors that they were interested in. Green, blue were the colors they liked. They did not like, this PWD yellow. They were not a major fan of it. Okay? So we said, should doors be yellow or not? These were not sheets. These were puffed sheets we used because we wanted to see if we could dismantle it. And can we use it? We looked at what are the chairs that did. We gave them a whole bunch of options. This is what they picked. They asked us to tie it down with a chain, so it cannot be stolen. But 3.5 years hence, we have the notes of how they gave us inputs. 3.5 years hence, you can go out here, it looks exactly the same. Which is exactly her point. What you give is what you're going to get. Kitchen, we spent a lot of time, should we give cooked food or a kitchen? We found there is so much variation of food. Fish, vegetarian. X type of fish versus Y. Mustard oil versus some other oil. Just too complicated in India. That means you need all the aroma to go out. So how do you do that? So we looked at several of these factors. Where I'm coming from is our education system. We're not actually dealing with everyday life. Whereas we are in awe of the Japanese education system. The Japanese education system spends significant time with their children on everyday life skills. We think life skills is communication. I'll show you this. We found the cost of this is the problem. That means there's going to be no adopter because the cost is too high. COVID time, we were all sitting around and we were playing with a lot of things. We had money, we spent. But assuming you don't have, just go to that orange. Now, this is the second one we did. Also in Bangalore, we took another construction site. If you look at it, we made it 20 beds. From 4 beds, we looked at 20 beds. Because 4 was becoming unviable, the contractor also wanted to, very nice contractor, they've been very considerate to us. So I don't mind naming them, the JMC Kalpataru group. They said, can we put engineers? I put my foot down saying nothing doing. You'll give it only to workers, no engineers. So no, can we have it as guest house? The first one they were scared of contamination. Worker cannot maintain clean. The second one, we said, can it be more cost effective? Use the same principles, but created it around a 20 bed. One of the things we struggled with was food. Where is the canteen space for you to cook? So if you look at most construction sites, the cooking happens within the room. So when an RMZ or an L&T tell you there's a cooking space which will be within. So our whole thing was, if you push cooking space outside, your room is far cleaner. This is again more than 1.5 years now. So if you look at it, a lot of it is to do with very small inputs on how you can keep a place clean and how does that worker feel about herself or himself. So in all the schools and all the centers, we are attempting to teach our students visualization. We're saying just visualize, don't learn computer skill sets. Can you visualize simply who you are, where you are? And we are struggling with this. Teaching this because your computer teacher doesn't know. Is it your English teacher? Who will teach you visualization? So when you do, why I showed you this is, we're asking them to write it. We're not telling our staff to do it. We're saying visualization has to be done at the local level. So, you know, our default is to go to Excel table. That's what we understand. So when Excel is not there, we're panicking. But they don't know how to do Excel either. So computer teacher with mathematics teacher will come to do this. In our center, the person who is maximum good at MIS will do this. But it is necessary, it's a life skill today. So I call this digital poverty, right? So all that we are teaching, we are moving digital. I mean, today Byju's is a bad word, but all said and done, they brought it to our forefront, right? Whether it's White Hat Junior or we want to be that. But how does that relate to my physical location? How does that relate to my digital? I don't have some of these, but I'm happy to share it with you. So we're doing a bunch of things saying communication is visual. So that means if you have to say resume, talk on a video. We're finding that's the most difficult. So when I said digital skill sets, how do you define digital? This is digital to me. Very difficult. And we are doing nothing very complex. Just go to the other one. We're saying write down a persona. What I asked her is exactly what we're asking others to do, right? What does a persona mean? That means who do you think the person should be who is going to go for this aspirational job or not? And we're saying every job is aspirational. So we said, we'll give you all the data. At our centers, you put it up. Now if you look at this, everybody is comfortable with this. Now this and the other one doesn't read. Right? This is for me to be invited here. This is the dashboard we'd like to show. If you go to the previous, why doesn't it read? That and this should read, but it doesn't read. So the reason I'm putting up these things is, when digitization has happened, today, you know, as I said, I'll stick to my continuum of education, skilling and employment. We say education system has failed us, skilling system has failed us, employment is not enough. Actually what it is the education system required us to learn several behavioral skill sets. How do I imagine my living spaces? How do I imagine my workspaces? There's no imagination of living or workspaces. What I showed you, which we did for construction workers, was an exercise where we spent time to say, what do you want? We do it for our houses. But for the poor, it's somebody who decides. And we have done consultation for it. Who have you done consultation? I would have gone for that consultation meeting. And you know, nowadays even I take selfies wherever I go and come back for the social media post. But I may not be able to express. Obviously the country cannot do consultation, and I have enormous respect for the state. Their officials, how will they talk to hundreds of people and do this consultation? What is that framework for us? It's actually difficult. So my respect for IIHS has always been that, saying, I don't know how to do it, right? I only know to do it like this, like, you know, it's that rasam making in my kitchen. Pick up turmeric, pick up rasam powder, make it, and say, oh, this work does not work. That doesn't create institutions. That tells you, listen, Gayatri's rasam is like this versus Prema's rasam versus Chola's rasam, which you can pay 1,000 rupees. Whereas we'll do all kinds of things, you know, tomato cooked, not cooked, which is what I do. Is a tomato cooked, not cooked, cut, not cut, etc. But how do we institutionalize feedback? Because ultimately, what is the issue that we are struggling with? Urban planning, urban living, and which is related to education, skills, and employment. How much money I have, how much I can earn, how much can I go up? It's a pyramid. So how do I do it is very, very important. I don't have it now, but I have it on my WhatsApp. I'm happy to show it to you. So in schools, assuming I get feedback and I create these models, how do I read it back into an architectural design to say this toilet is good or bad? There's actually no framework. So now assuming I have to have an architectural drawing, it's expensive. Can you just imagine that contractor, or that some of us would get more money, as I said, because we speak a little bit better English than the neighbor, and say we'll get a philanthropic money. But that is not a 6 lakh schools or 20 lakh schools or whatever the number is. Cannot be done. We need to bring it to that standardization where a lot of this has to become public good. So unless we are able to do, I am of the strict opinion that the 3 skill sets which are required, digital, which is today as important as wearing a chappal and walking. It is as important as a pin. This has to be. Estonia has, is a small country, so we may dismiss it, but it actually brought digital infrastructure heavily into the country. Internet, computer, 1:1, how much do we have? And I've been thinking to myself, where is the money for all of this? You can't expect departments to have it. Where is it going to come from? So we've got to think creatively. All the cesses we create, can we take 10%, 15%? Can we put it back? What do we mean by clean and green? Has to be everyday life. This determines our aspiration of what our children are going to do. This determines it. It can't suddenly become, green is not that green building which you did with the puff panel will not cut ice. Because my house will not be like that. Nobody, even if I give them this, when we go to a hotel, we don't consider it our house, right? They're coming, living here and working. Their homes are how? What are those small changes in their everyday lives? Their PHCs, their houses, their parks, how does they look like? And I'm consciously again using there is a there and ours. There is a very clear distinction between a there and ours. We cannot all say we're all equal, we're all nice. I can't live there. For namesake you can go for 1 day, 2 day, etc. But you can't live there. But that I think is the difference that we need to bring in. Because otherwise, the continuum break which happens at every stage. NEP today, in my mind, is quite well defined. But with NCRF and NEP coming in, how do we implement it? Assuming I say all students I will take to quote unquote industry exposure. So we're doing a small program called Capstone, which we picked up with rural schools, rural graduates and urban graduates. So in urban, we picked up Christ. In Labonet, my other hat. So in Labonet, we picked up Christ, RV, Manipal. These children pay us in order for us to do the course with them. We brought them to our centers. Most of them are social science, some simply because the people who are leading it, we know social science better, right? So we looked at our centers, how do they interact, what do they do, and gave them exactly this, digital communication, how do you actually interact and do it. We found they had significant skill set problems. They did not have research skill sets. They did not have good Excel skill sets. Their PPT skill sets were limited. That means our education system of children who are privileged doesn't bring this in. But they all knew how to do memes. All of them knew. All of them know how to do reels. But if you have to ask them, and I did not know what a reel was till 12 months back, which is an age issue. When I was looking at it, I like slight long text, right? They said, why do you need text? So, it's between, for example, in a conversation, we would laugh out loud. They would have to say lol without laughing. I'll say, why do you need to do this? But that is the generation which we are going into. Which means our communication has to change. And the reason I'm saying it is we applied the same with 53 people in Odisha who are graduates. That means they finished from tier 3 or tier 4 colleges. Here they finished, they are final year graduate students or final year postgraduate students. Here they were coming once a week to us. There we did it as a 1.5 year stipend in a program called Eco Fellows. You could go to LinkedIn and see the Eco Fellows writing. It has improved so much. So we said they would be the KPMG for the BDOs. Because the BDO has to present to the district collector. The district collector has a KPMG or the PwC or the Deloitte. But who is there for the BDO and the BEO? So we said, can we create this cadre who is able to just observe, write down? And you know, a lot of what I showed you actually came from that. The conversations, we said, what do you want? What don't you want? How do you do? So we just said, take copious notes. We found note taking was problematic on both sides. On the side of the educated and on the side of the quote unquote tier 3, tier 1 and tier 1, both had similar problems. The problem is they were good with Odia. Here we had to teach English. Here Odia to English was our problem. So it took longer. The second is education itself was problem. Here these were involved. Here their problems are different. Parents came to us and said, how will they go? Then we realized for them going means coffee day. Means every time they have to go, they have to have one coffee day or a Starbucks. How will they go? Commute was a problem here. Because if you say metro or bus, many of them are not used to it. Hamare bacche don't go by metro and bus. No? They go by cars. They're in ghettoized communities. The problems were different. There the problem was rural area buses were not available. So rural area stops at 4 o'clock. So that means every person has to come back. So the issue was different. But the learning gaps were similar. That means education, we need to say, visualization, behavior change, analytics has to be part of grade 1 upwards. It cannot come in 2 months skill training. You cannot do that. It has to be year on year on year. You have to imbibe little by little by little by little. And that will determine, are we having more jobs or less jobs? Are we having people for more jobs or less jobs? Then we are in a position of talking of quality jobs. Today we have no way to talk of quality jobs. Who defines quality is a big issue, right? For educated people, we are very hurt, saying, "Arey, person went to IIT is not getting a job, 40%. I feel very, very bad. Of course, it's a tragedy. But the point is, there are a whole lot who have, put a lot of money in sending their children as first generation learners to colleges who are my Eco Fellows. Now those Eco Fellows are going to be at best at 10 or 15,000 or teachers. I don't know how many of you watch crap movies. But if you do, I'm very good at it. So she's 2 of us. I don't know if you've seen Badrinath Ulania Le Jayega or something like that. Have you? You have. At least one more like me. I'll tell you a few more very bad ones, okay? So a very interesting one. Girl is educated, boy is not. Boy comes from money. This is a reality for a lot. But the boy's education today, it's passé if the person is not. But the girl is not. Again, let me go back to I love my taxi driver story, so let me go back to my taxi driver. We were going in Jodhpur. So this guy had just got married. Again, he looks at me, he says, you're a teacher or a doctor or something of the kind. So I said, yes. So then he comes back and says, सरकार पे टीचर की नौकरी BCom, MCom के है, लगवा देंगे? So I said, because I was going to schools, so he figured I'm doing something in schools. So I said, why do you need? He said, it's a permanent job. Sarkar. I said, no, it's a contract job. He said, permanent हो जाएगा, problem नहीं है. But I said, why are you not doing? उसमें पैसे थोड़ी है मैडम. But wife should work there. So this guy had finished at 10th standard. Very entrepreneurial. He had 3 taxis. He was talking constantly figuring out how life had to happen. But his interesting point is wife had to work. So I told him, put that movie. Anyway, he was watching it and I was watching it. So I said, let's watch it together. I said, what do you take? I said, लड़का बहुत स्मार्ट है मैडम, पर एक गलती किया उसने. क्या गलती है बताइए? You watched the movie ना? You forgot. Very interesting गलती. He said, मैं सिंगापुर जाऊंगा, वहाँ हाउस हस्बैंड बनूंगा. कैसे? मर्द की भी इज्जत होती है ना, तो वो इज्जत कहाँ से जाए? So we are facing a lot of issues which are related to very small issues. The job that is okay for a guy because he is the main breadwinner. How will he then face it if he is not a main breadwinner? Will they be able to live with a 25,000 salary? That means you need higher salary, right? So what is that higher wage? Is it 1 lakh? Is it 50,000? 70,000? Will determine what choices you make in education. His description of his wife was कि बहुत tip top है मैडम. Why tip top? Then I was asking him, how did he marry you? Because you keep spitting out. Spit क्यों कर रहे हो? So he says, नहीं वो tip top है मैडम. वो she has done up to masters because she was going to teach 11th and 12th. So in his mind, it is he knows good behavior, but it is not applicable to him. The person who is his construction site is earning 30,000 and above. Will know good behavior. It is not a problem. What is acceptable behavior? This person will not go work in your BPO. Who will you respect more, BPO or here? I think we have to constantly, and I'm not saying anything is bad or bad. Please, I have no discrimination between one or not. In my personal life, I have. My children have to be adults. I don't have to now say I don't want them to be. They're past that stage. But if they had decided to be a worker, I would have struggled. A middle class Tamil mother will not be able to accept it. That's the reinforced behavior of 3 generations which has determined who I am. Where I'm again coming back is reinforced behaviors. Behavior is never wrong. It is what you're studying. It is what is at your education. It is what you're going to get reinforced year on year. It is where you live. It is what other people see of you. So I think the point I really want to make is today's crisis in education and employment is related to our lack of understanding of this complex web that determines us as human beings. So in my opinion, unless we address it at that level, we spend considerable time when they're younger, year on year, changing it. Now, I do not have the answer. How does state listen to it? How does it bring it to framework? Which I think in the possibly, you will solve for. But I can tell you these are our observations from the field. This is what we see on a consistent basis. And I also see when we give inputs, we distill it to that one-liner which says stakeholder consultation. How do I bring stakeholder consultation to a written document? I don't know. And I feel it's the lacking there which we are struggling with, whether it's in education, whether it's, again, I'm going to the 30 hours. And I'm going to stop now. I'll stop with my Pondicherry driver. So, our center still stays there. So every time I go, he's the same person who comes for me. So about 4 months back, again I had a conversation with him, saying what's happened to your son, because this was about 7-8 years back where it was a sound engineer. So he said, that's the worst job to have. So I told him, why is it the worst job? He said, that has all gone to Andhra now, not in Tamil Nadu. So I said, how did it happen? He said, all the studios have moved to Hyderabad. Then who will look after me as a parent if he goes off there? So he said, that is the worst job. So I said, Hyderabad is so close. What is the problem? He said, Tamilan will not go. Hindi karam pova. Tamilan cannot go and work in that state like that. It is not right. My boy has to be with me. Marriageable age, I have got him married. who will look after me in my old age if he leaves? So there is a construct to what we are doing, right? We have to understand these constructs as we build capacity building. I think for me, my last journey has been at all the points understanding what we don't understand and lack of ability to communicate it succinctly in a manner other person understands. I think that's been the story of Sambhava LabourNet, is our inability to communicate this for policy to be implemented. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gayatri Vasudevan, for a very insightful speech and also for highlighting the challenges in the education system and how it leads to a range of consequences.